Summer is hot, but there's also an interesting side to summer where, as we're children and growing older, the different ways that we remember summer can change very drastically. And today, that's what we're going to talk about.
All right.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another It's Summertime episode. We're the hosts. My name's MJ.
My name is Adam.
Thank you for joining us in this very hot season, but a fun episode for you to listen to English and immerse yourself into the language of English, because it's not just grammar and words in the textbook. It is a communication tool as well as a way to express yourself. So today, me and Adam are going to be expressing our viewpoints of summer. Now, Japanese idea of summer is like beer gardens, the me of the cicadas, and just sweating profusely.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on where you're growing up and where you live, these things can change. True. But let's think about our age when we were going through summers. Now, it's kind of interesting to think about how, if you live to be 80 years old, you experience 80 summers. Kind of sounds like not too many, because the feelings that we have throughout the summer is many days. It's not just a single day. So let's start at the beginning, Adam. When we were youth, young children, like elementary school young, what do you remember summer being like? How do you remember summer then?
It was absolute fun. I can't describe it as anything other than fun.
Yeah.
Every day was a new adventure or the continuation of the previous day's adventures.
Oh,
And,
okay.
My friends and I would always be outside from, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 o'clock until 8 or 9 at nighttime. A thing that happens is that, especially in North America, I don't know if it happens that much in Japan, is the time that the sun is out is much longer.
I think, yeah, no, it happens like around 7.
Around 7, but over here it's like 9 o'clock. It still feels like it's around 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
It's easy to lose track of time. So I just remember no plans, no, like, oh, let's agree to meet at 1 o'clock at the station. None of that. It was, hey, what are you doing right now? Nothing. Okay, I'm outside your house. Come, let's go.
Yeah.
Hop on your bike, hop on your skateboard if you're going far, or if you're playing in front of the house, like a game of street hockey or basketball or skateboarding.
Yeah.
It happens right then and there, and whatever happens right then and there could change. Anything goes in the
Yeah.
summer. And I remember one vivid memory. This one was a week-long extravaganza of fun. My friend, his dad built him not necessarily a tree house. It was kind of like a tree house, but he didn't have a tree built. It wasn't built around a tree.
All right, just
It
a
was built
house.
next to a tree, but it was high above the ground, and we
Okay.
had to use a ladder to get inside.
Okay.
Next to that treehouse, there was a plum tree, and we could eat the plums. The thing about the treehouse was that anytime it rained, it would get wet inside because there was no walls and it was open. So day one was like, okay, let's hang out in the treehouse, but it's open, so we got to cover it with something. So he got like some pieces of wood in his backyard, and we made walls. And then instead of like the single level it was, we made it 2 levels. So like we had a second floor. That was day one. We had 2 floors. We had a pole. We put the pole on top and we would slide down the pole. Day 2,
What?
I come back to his house. Instead of the walls being the wood we found, he put blue sheets over it, so it was like protected from the rain. This time there was like seats inside. Day 3, he brought power into the house. So we had
What?
an extension cord, and then he plugged in an old TV and his Nintendo. So we had a TV, Nintendo, and we were playing like video games inside this house. And this was like the whole summer. We just go out and have fun.
How old are you? What age are we talking about? Is this what school year?
grade 7, 8, 9. Yeah, around that time.
That's a really interesting one because as you mentioned at the very beginning, like summer, what was summer? The image as a child is like, it was
Yeah,
just nonstop fun. And I think
nonstop
when
fun.
we were little kids, like elementary school, where you still
Yeah,
have to do a lot with your parents, not so independent yet, it was, yeah, just mostly fun. My case, I had a pool in my backyard, so it's like easy to just hang out in the pool. Friends from the street would come over, we would play.
yeah,
More localized. We wouldn't go out anywhere so often. I remember so many times just like hanging out wet from the pool and then like
yeah,
jumping out and then like having a snack or something, going in and out like so freely. And that was like just nonstop fun. But you're talking about middle school. So you're getting more independent. Maybe you're traveling a little further away from
yep,
your
yep.
house. You're doing more things without asking for permission, right?
Yeah,
That is the time where you do feel, I feel like you discover yourself
right, yeah,
more at that
totally.
time.
Yeah,
So that was a really crucial time, I think, for
mm,
every kid to
yeah.
be able to go out and make
Explore,
mistakes,
make mistakes.
explore, go on adventures.
Yeah.
And maybe that was like the prime time to do so.
It's a time of experimenting too. Like, how far are you willing to go? Like, it's a time to see the consequences of our actions in both good and bad. Some things we did that were questionable, like my friend had a bicycle and his brother had a skateboard and we had a rope.
Oh,
We would hold on to the rope and one of us would pedal around the block.
yeah, yeah.
One time his brother was being pulled and he hit a rock and kind of like wiped out in the road. Um, so that wasn't good, but we
Yeah,
learned from
you
our
get cut up.
mistakes.
I have a similar story where it was the risk was elevated much more, but it was a similar situation. So this friend had a car and he had a driver's permit and he had a big like roundabout in the
Oh,
driveway. We'll have a rope, just like you. We'll have a rope, we'll hang it out, and not a skateboard because we're dealing with gravel. We took sleds because it's
oh no.
summer, not winter, it's summer season. We took sleds and we would sit, hold on, and he would tow us around, pull us around. The scariest as well as most fun, thrilling thing that we were doing. And then, like you said, we learn from these mistakes.
Yeah.
The things that as a little kid you saw maybe on TV or heard stories and like the treehouse, right? That's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little kids, especially for boys, it's like the dream to have a treehouse.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then when you get to an age where it's like, wow, it's like we can kind of build something maybe similar. And you start doing those things and you're working with wood and you're
Right.
cutting things
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
yourself. You understand how these, a hammer and nail
Tools.
work and
Right.
you're putting stuff together and having these summer adventures. Now, it's something that I cannot remember all of the different accounts
Mm.
because there were so many. Because when I think about summer as a kid, summers last, it felt like half a year
Oh yeah. They felt so long.
with how many friends you saw, the different places you were going, the adventures you were on. It felt like such a long, massive adventure. Now we leave our youth, become more of an adult. At this point, let's say we're, around university, maybe coming to Japan. What is the mindset of summer? Has it changed? Has it shifted? Is it still play?
Play and work at the same time. I feel like it was a little bit of nostalgia for the ability to play as long as you wanted. You'd have your fun on the weekends mostly. It
Yes.
was
Okay.
harder to come home and then say, "Oh yeah, let's go hang out" at like
Okay. Okay.
on a Monday because you got responsibilities. So
Right. Right.
most of the play in the summertime happens on the weekend.
So
Yeah.
there is more responsibility, but at the same time,
Yeah.
we could play in a different way, maybe more in a grown-up, mature fashion,
Mature
going out,
fashion. Yeah.
doing things, traveling further,
Right, right.
gathering up with friends, meeting strangers more,
Yeah.
and having our own, like street smarts to be like, oh, this is somebody cool, this is
Right,
somebody
right.
to make friends with. So that's like another door unlocked into enjoying a summer, right?
Summer.
And
Yeah, yeah.
and that heat is what
Right.
continues on. And I know that there's many different key places for different people in the summer. Some people love traveling to a beach. Some people have memories of like traveling to maybe somewhere that's cooler, or maybe traveling internationally, going to music festivals, especially in Japan. The summer festivals are very popular and things like that. I think it goes by a little faster,
Oh
actually.
yeah, much faster. I
This
feel
time
like
it comes by. The summer season comes and goes. We still have enough time to play and hang out with our friends and do these things. But as we get older, we are experiencing, we were working. We had to do this. We had these responsibilities. So,
right.
summer's over already. But it was a good summer. Now, Adam, we're both family men.
Yeah.
And the perspective of summer has shifted yet again. Now there's even more responsibility that has been given to us.
Right.
With I believe every person who starts their family, this is a thing that we all kind of have to face as we're getting older, and kind of letting go of our youth to be able to be the responsible ones to help our now kids' youth enjoy their summers
Exactly.
and create those memories.
Memories, yeah.
I feel like that is a little scary. Is that a little? I feel it's pressure.
I think I feel less pressure, but more of a desire for them to have similar opportunities as I had.
Exactly.
Character development time is now, right? When I was in elementary school, I still have like good memories of playing outdoors and going to the pool and, like hanging out with my friends on the street or playing video games. I felt I spent more time outside as well during the summertime.
Depending on where we live, again, summer outside in Japan
Yeah.
is pretty hot. It's pretty dangerous to
hot,
be out in the middle of the
yeah.
day. So those are types of
Right.
things that, depending on where you live, there's some people who will totally stay out all day
Right.
and experience a nice, relaxing summer. But
Right. From what I hear from people in Japan is that they say like it wasn't always this hot. Even for us here and where I am, like the amount of children that play outside is less.
yeah,
And the amount of areas that are not very family friendly, the situation has changed and parents have more active responsibility than when I was a kid, because the community was there. Your friends were watching, parents were watching, the neighbors were watching. Like now it doesn't feel that way.
yeah.
So there's that added pressure, like you were saying, pressure.
Difference of the
Difference.
generations, yes,
Yeah.
and how our environment around us has changed. It's
Changed,
different
yeah.
from it was in the early 90s.
Yeah.
It can be, a very different feeling where we cannot have the youth, our kids, doing the same exact things that we were
Right.
doing, experiencing the same things we're doing, because the world is different. And the pressure that I was touching upon was that of wanting to do what my parents did for my kids.
Right.
Being able to do that or not being able to do that,
Right,
depending
exactly.
on many different factors.
Right.
But that is the kind of pressure where I feel like,
Yeah.
wow, this is
Tough.
tough.
Yeah.
Man, and
Yeah.
makes me like respect, of course, and just appreciate, be grateful
Yes.
even more
Yeah.
for my parents and the
Yeah.
things that I've was able to experience during the summers, because of course the year's long, and especially for children, there's so many different things that we can do throughout the different
Right.
seasons. But the summer is one where people have songs about summer. People have made movies about the summer and the things that have happened in the summer. So let us know down in the comments, everyone, what is your perspective of summer? Has it changed from when you were a kid to how you're experiencing it now? Let us know, and like this video and subscribe if you have not, because me and Adam talk about very interesting, sometimes deep and fun, cool things like this all the time.
We'll see you
On the next step.